Now, there's a match that hasn't been announced yet, but I think it's coming. I'm pretty sure. I mean, he has to win a match on Wednesday, right? Wardlow has to win the match on Wednesday. And then maybe, if that happens, he'll get his match at Double or Nothing against MJF. Look, we already touched on it a little bit. It's legitimately one of the best things on AEW right now. It's something that I'm week after week excited on. Jeff, I know you are an old school territory historian. I love my old time wrestling as well. Especially, WCW Nitro era. I really, I like this because it's a really well executed pro wrestling angle to the point where it made me like the contract signing last week.
It's the best story AEW has ever done.
Oh,
it's
really?
Fantastic.
It's really good.
It's fantastic and it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect what they've done every step of the way. Everything they've done is, as I said, the big problem with the story is the next beat of Wardlow.
Well,
because
yes. Actually,
and following up on it, because
that's the biggest test.
They are killing it right now,
It's
making
insane.
him a star. I mean, absolutely. I mean, the 10 lashes thing, and when you view it through the lens of, it's the polar opposite of how they did the Cody story, where
Sure.
Cody is just dying on every lash, and really getting the sentimentalism up there. And Wardlow's just taking it all until they decide to kick him in the balls. And to the point where his no selling it drives MJF crazy, and he starts just wasting his lashes by lashing out on him. Pun not intended, but it's there. That the whole thing afterwards, where it kicks him in the ball and then starts choking him with the belt and screaming at him in his face. It was fantastic. The contract signing is fantastic. The whole thing where it's like he has to be like brought out with all security geeks and thing. It's fantastic. I love this program. I absolutely adore this program.
I really think it's look. It's one of the best things they did, because I really got into the CM Punk MJF stuff. Later down the line. But look, it's all prime stuff. And look, the connecting tissue here, as Chris Charlton and NJPW likes to say, the connecting tissue here is MJF. He's the constant here.
He's fantastic. It's been completely fantastic. The danger on this card is, where do you put this match? Because you are crowning this guy.
Yeah.
And this crowd is going to go wild for it, I think. I mean, I think you have to crown this guy. You have to have him beat MJF. You have to. Don't put a women's title match after this, please. Because then there's going to be a certain fan base that gets very mad about that. But
true.
If you opened with this, it would be fantastic, I think. Yeah, I think you coronate Wardlow, and then we see what happens. Wardlow has been fantastic. That's the thing people aren't getting as well. I think Wardlow, for a professional wrestler, is pretty fantastic actor in terms of his facials, his reactions. His talking is very underrated, in my opinion. His delivery is fantastic here. I'm looking forward to big badass Wardlow as a ace babyface and seeing where we can go with this. I really am.
He doesn't expend his energy willy-nilly,
No.
He focuses it very well. Look, I think they could have MJF go over here, because MJF is not above using anything at his disposal to do so. There is still Shawn Spears, unless they completely take out Shawn Spears this Wednesday with a kayfabe injury, where he's like, he's going to be out for 6 weeks or whatever. I mean, I don't think it would be the right play, hear me out. I think the match at All Out, and I might be spoiling my something a little later on. I think the match at All Out is Adam Page versus MJF for the title.
Okay.
I think that's the match. So I think you come out of Double or Nothing with MJF winning over Wardlow, right? And this feud continues for a couple of months. Because let's not forget, they do quarterly pay-per-views. They don't do one every month. So this feud continues a little bit just to lead us into July, beginning of August, where then they start to heat up Page and MJF. In the meantime, it keeps MJF busy. You get, and the chase continues for Wardlow. Because we really like the chase. But then again, is it too much of a chase?
Yes, because the first time they should turn Wardlow was in Wardlow's hometown. When they were dying for it that time, when the entire Pinnacle angle happened, they were dying for it. And it was Cleveland? Was that the show?
Yes, it was.
And that's when they should have probably turned him the first time, and really strapped the rocket there.
Sure, they weren't ready.
I kind of disagree with your path, although I find it understandable and a definite possibility. But I do think we're getting MJF and Punk at All Out, and I think we're getting MJF taking the title from Punk at All Out.
We're gonna have an interesting discussion in a few minutes.
Yeah, I'm not completely sold. So you can always talk me into it. I don't think we can have this chase continue. I think we need to see what we got here. I do. I don't. But I also don't see it. I can see MJF using Mark Sterling to lawyer his way out of it not being an official loss. Like his leg is under the rope, or something to that effect. I could see a DQ. I could see a count out. Fine, you get your win or whatever. You get your freedom. But really not giving him the big win, which I think would suck. But I could see them doing it that way to protect MJF. But look, I think Powerbomb Symphony, MJF has the rope, but they count the 3. That's what I would do here.
That's okay. All right, foot under the rope, kind of thing.
Yes,
a little subtle. Okay, okay. Well, we'll see. Honestly, I'm overthinking it. I think because sometimes, most of the time, the simplest booking is the best.
Look, I'm gonna tell you something. There's an issue though that you do that. What you're thinking is basically the Dusty Rhodes style.
Pretty much.
Is that we don't take the new star. We don't let him win the first time because we want that heat for the return.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden Dusty realizes, well, we're never going to get back there because I'm putting myself in the match. and then by the time they get to that new star, it's already kind of been like, well, the time to really coordinate him was the last time. Like they did that with Luger. They did that with Wyndham. They even did that with Sting in some effect. Sometimes you just got to go with the guy and see what he has.
No, I know. And, to a degree, I'm overthinking it for the sake of conversation. Because if I'm booking it, I'm like, no, it's Wardlow's night.